basically calling Ohio State Notre Dame's little brother.
Yeah.
I respect the history of the Notre Dame program. I don't want to come out and sound like somebody who only recognizes what they've done the last 15 years, which is nothing, except lose bowl games and lose meaningful games. Notre Dame made its hay during the radio days. It had the only national contract. It was the only thing that you could hear when you weren't listening to Little Orphan Annie or the Lone Ranger or whatever, as you were all huddled around the radio. But you know what? Don't let the fact that NBC made a bad deal to have this national television deal get to your head. I mean, because once Notre Dame starts winning some things, I'll come back, contrition, all that good stuff at this point. But there's a lot of chest thumping and false bravado coming out of Notre Dame right now, when I'm really struggling to talk about what Notre Dame's biggest win in the last 10 years has been. I really don't know. I don't know. They haven't been able to be in the same area code as Ohio State in those few head-to-head matchups. I mean,
they beat Clemson without Sunshine Lawrence. That's it.
There you go. Outside of that, so you know what? I understand good nature ribbon in a chat or whatever, and I'm going to get labeled as, once again, the guy that sits there and takes it a little too far here on the show. But that's fine. I'll wear that one. I don't care. But it's if we're really talking about the status of these brands right now in terms of college football, I mean, it's not even close. It's not even close between Ohio State and Notre Dame. And, them's the facts.
If you're just talking about what's being produced on the field, and sometimes I have to give Miami fans a reality check as well, like 57% winning percentage in the last 15 years, et cetera, no conference championships for 18 years, all of that. With Notre Dame, what has Notre Dame been in the last 25 years, since almost 30 years since they last won a major bowl game against Texas A&M in the Cotton Bowl in '94? They've been not even Wisconsin. They've been, I don't know who to match them up with. Oklahoma State. Are they, Ole Miss? They're North Carolina. They're not Penn State. If you're just talking about wins and losses on the field. Now, Brian Kelly has raised them to a certain level, but still knocking on the door of the elite, but not able to win significant games. No question.
And you sit there and you look, Circa just came out with their line, and it's in line with everybody else. Ohio State's a 14-point favorite, and a lot can change now between May 25th and whenever they play at start of September. But that's a big line at this point in terms of a futures line for a game that's still several months out. And you know what? Again, there's a reason you play the games. Nobody thought that that Appalachian State was going to beat Michigan, and I'm certainly not calling Notre Dame Appalachian State. That's not my intention. I'm just saying you got to play the games for a reason. They've got to happen. But the odds makers are trying to find a way to get money on both sides, and the only way that they're going to be able to get money on both sides is by giving Notre Dame 2 touchdowns. Vegas wasn't built on being suckers themselves. They're built on you being the sucker. So, you know what? Lay all them. Take Notre Dame in the points, but I have a feeling that you're going to be separated from your money, because I see Ohio State winning this one by 20 plus.